Celtics guard has no interest in gap year talk. Boston Celtics guard Payton Pritchard doesn't believe in the idea of gap years. Not in high school, not in college, and certainly not in the NBA. With the Celtics facing their most uncertain season in nearly a decade, the 27-year-old guard is brushing aside any suggestion that Boston's 2025-26 campaign is anything other than a push toward contention. There's only one mindset, always, Pritchard said at his annual charity tournament in Roxbury, Massachusetts. I've never been on any team in my life where the mindset wasn't to try to compete for the championship. People can say gap year and all that, but as a competitor, that should never be it. That's not the mindset of the city of Boston, either. Life without Jayson Tatum. The skepticism from outsiders stems from the loss of Jayson Tatum, who suffered a torn Achilles during the 2025 Eastern Conference semifinals. The injury will sideline him for most, if not all, of the upcoming season. For a franchise accustomed to chasing banners with its All-NBA forward at the helm, that's a seismic shift. Add to that the departures of four key veterans, Al Horford, Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Luke Kennard, and it's no wonder odds makers have cooled on Boston's chances. Early power rankings place them closer to the play-in tournament than the finals. Still, Pritchard doesn't see this year as a holding pattern until Tatum returns. Boston doesn't do rebuilds, he said firmly. This city expects us to play to win now. That's the only standard. Pritchard's new role coming off his best professional season, Pritchard has reason to speak with confidence. He claimed the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award in 2025, averaging career highs in scoring, assists, and three-point shooting. His fearless shot-making and relentless pace gave Boston one of the league's most reliable sparks off the bench. This season could mark the first time he enters camp penciled in as a starter. That opportunity, however, comes with competition. Boston swung a deal in July to acquire guard Anthony Simons, a prolific scorer from Portland. Head coach Joe Mazzulla now has to balance whether Pritchard's microwave offense fits better with the starting unit or leading the second group again. Labels don't matter much to Pritchard. For me, it's about controlling what I can control, he explained. That's coming into games and changing the game, helping my team win. Whether that's starting or coming off the bench, it doesn't change my approach. Team president Rich Gotham echoed that sentiment. Speaking to local reporters, he praised Pritchard as the fighter whose edge resonates in the locker room. Payton embodies what it means to wear Celtic green, Gotham said. That competitive fire is contagious. Reuniting with Chris Boucher, the Celtics also made a quieter move this summer, signing forward Chris Boucher, who once shared the court with Pritchard at Oregon. Boucher, now 32, brings length, energy, and shot-blocking ability, along with a knack for running the floor. Pritchard sees his old teammate as a steadying piece. Chris is one of those guys who just finds ways to impact winning, he said. He can rebound, defend, finish in transition. You always know he's going to bring effort. With Boston's frontcourt rotation thinner after Horford's retirement and Kennard's exit, Boucher's role could prove crucial. Boston's ceiling, wide open even with Pritchard's optimism. The truth is the Celtics face more questions than answers. Can Simons and Jaylen Brown coexist as co-primary scorers? Will Robert Williams finally stay healthy? Can younger pieces like Jordan Walsh or Neemias Queta take a step forward? The Eastern Conference landscape isn't forgiving. The Milwaukee Bucks remain loaded with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. The New York Knicks are surging behind Jalen Brunson. The Cleveland Cavaliers kept Donovan Mitchell long-term, and the Miami Heat are never far from contention. Yet history suggests Boston can't be counted out. In 2018, a young Celtics team without Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward still reached the conference finals behind grit and collective buy-in. Pritchard believes this group can channel a similar mentality. People forget, this organization has been through tough years before, he said. But every time, we've found a way to compete. That's what being a Celtic is. A personal mission for Pritchard, this season carries personal weight beyond team goals. Drafted 26th overall in 2020, he spent much of his early career buried behind established guards. Trade rumors followed him for years, but he stuck it out and carved a niche. Winning Sixth Man of the Year validated that perseverance. Now, with more responsibility on his shoulders, he views the challenge as a chance to cement himself as more than a role player. I've always believed I could play at a high level in this league, he said. Moments like this are when you prove it, not when everything's perfect, but when people doubt you. A city that refuses to wait. Boston fans aren't accustomed to waiting around. With 17 championships hanging in the rafters, patience is rarely the local mindset. That attitude aligns perfectly with Pritchard's refusal to embrace the gap year narrative. The guard's defiance has already resonated with teammates and management. Whether or not it translates into wins is another story. Still, one thing is certain: inside the Celtics locker room, no one is talking about next season as a placeholder. "This is Boston," Pritchard repeated, almost like a mantra. "You don't take years off here."